Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I've got my faves and fails for you for March 2022. It's Tuesday, April 5th, so another month is down. So we're gonna go over the things that I loved from last month, the things that I didn't love so much. So anyway, I've got a lot to go over today in the faves and fails. The first thing I wanted to mention, something that just came in the mail that I was excited about that I wanted to share with you guys, is my YouTube 1 million subscriber plaque. So this came in last weekend. I am so excited that it's finally here. And of course, I have every one of you to thank for this plaque, because without each one of you that made up this giant number right here, we wouldn't be where we are today. Thank you everyone once again. I did a giveaway. All the prize packages have been sent out at this point to all the winners. I don't know if you can suddenly hear some background noise. The yard guys are out there mowing and doing leaves today, so hopefully you won't hear it, but in case you do, that's what that sound is. So I'm going to start in makeup here today because a lot of exciting things happened in makeup over the course of the past month. And one of the most exciting things to happen in makeup every year is going on right now. It is the Sephora sale. So if you are a VIB customer, Rouge shopping started last Friday, but regular VIB shopping starts today, and you can get your 15% off at Sephora. So I did a video last week with all my top picks and recommendations and what's in my cart and on my wish list for the Sephora sale. So I can link that video right up here if you want to go over and take a look at it. But one thing I wanted to mention for everybody who's not a Sephora insider, Nordstrom will price match during the sale. They are having 15% off on a lot of their beauty stuff. A lot of the things that you can get at the Sephora sale for your 15% off are 15% off at Nordstrom right now. And of course, they always have free shipping, and you don't have to be a member of anything to get that 15% off. So just a hint for those of you who are feeling left out of the Sephora sale because you're not a beauty insider, I'll link some of the things I'm going to mention here today also at Nordstrom if they are 15% off. So check out the info box for those items and for everything I'm going to show you here today. One thing I forgot to mention in my Sephora video the other day that is a great thing to get at this sale because it is kind of a big ticket item is the curling iron that I use. I use this one, which is called the GHD Curve. It's pretty much a standard curling iron with the clip. What I love about this is that it only has one heat setting. I like this one because it's simple. It's on off, that's it. It's one temperature, and the temperature is hot enough to curl your hair, but not hot enough to fry your hair. So it's really a gentle curling iron, and because it is gentle, it gives me like these perfect little curls that are more like a beachy wave, but they definitely stay in a day or two, especially if I use hairspray. So that is something that I unfortunately forgot to mention, but is a good thing to pick up in the Sephora sale. Another thing that I forgot to mention in the Sephora sale video that is definitely worth it to pick up are these IT Cosmetics No Tug eyeshadow sticks. I got these maybe a month ago, and I've used them a few times, never in a video, but I did want to tell you about them because they're really good. You know, there's lots of eyeshadow sticks on the market. Laura Mercier makes one, Bobbi Brown makes one. So far, these are my favorites because I find that the other ones kind of dry out my eyelids, and these guys don't dry out my eyelids, and I really like them. But this one is the one that I have like in my crease today, and I use this to do, you know, kind of my crease blending and on my lid. It's a perfect like mauvey pink color. And then this guy is, as usual, my favorite, a shimmery taupe. And the mauvey pink is a matte, so it's a perfect shade for blending in the crease. So here are the shades on that. They're very pretty. I love them both. They of course come in other shades, but these are the two I picked up, and I've been really happy with them. I've been wearing a bunch. I have them on today. The taupe is a little bit dark to use on the inner part of my lid, so I just have it on the outer part of my lid. But this is another item that I neglected to mention in the Sephora sale video that you can get in the Sephora sale. Those are the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize eyeshadow pots, and these are awesome. And I have this one on my movable lid today just to add a little bit of brightness. So I have two shades of these. This one's like a shimmery taupe. This one is more like a shimmery oyster color. All right, so there's the shades on those as well. They're very pretty. I love them both. So during the month of March, two of my videos were on makeup. One was a Foundation Friday, one was a testing all drugstore makeup video, and man, did I come up with a lot of new faves this month. So the one that I am kind of most excited about is the #1 de Chanel foundation. I'm really excited about this because it is the most beautiful foundation. I did the foundation Friday on this, tested it for 3 days, showed it to you in the bright sunshine up super close, and my gosh, in every instance, this stuff looks so beautiful on the skin. It's so natural looking, so skin-like. I just love it. The only thing I don't love about it is the price because it's 70 bucks, which ouch, but I gotta say, I've been reaching for it every single day. I hate to have something this expensive be my everyday foundation, but on the one hand, I feel like life is short, wear the pretty foundation, right? There are other foundations that I do love that, you know, they don't look quite as beautiful as this, but they're also not quite expensive. One is something that you can grab during the Sephora sale. That is the Best Skin Ever foundation. Not that this is a dupe for this, but it's a very good foundation at a very good price point, and all the Sephora sale stuff is 30% off for insiders of every level, the entire sales. And I mentioned a lot of this in my Sephora video, so if you want to see a lot of these Sephora things, check out that video. So in the drugstore makeup video, I found so many good winners, you guys, one of which is another fantastic foundation, and that is this L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Balm. Oh my gosh, do I love this. I had worn it a bunch of times before recording the video, and so I knew I liked how it sat on the skin, that it looked youthful and skin-like and everything, but I wasn't sure if it had good wear throughout the day. So of course I tested it for like a 10-hour day and it wore great. I was really, really impressed by this. So I'll link that video up here as well for you to check out if you want to see how this wears throughout the day. How I apply this is with my BK Beauty 106 brush. This brush has really been growing on me over the last couple of months. I just love it. I've been using it mostly to blend out my contour because I use that liquid contour, the KVD Mod Con one. I just felt like this was a better brush for it than the BK 101, which you guys know is my favorite foundation brush. But it's a little big to get in here. So this one just fits in here more perfectly. The other great thing about this is on the days that I use this, they're usually kind of like, not no makeup days, but like minimal makeup days. And I also use it as my under eye concealer. And my gosh, if it doesn't work great as under eye concealer too. So when I apply this as under eye concealer, instead of using this big brush that doesn't fit in there very well, I switch over to using my BKX Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. And this is really like one of my hands down all-time favorite brushes. Sure, I created it, but I felt like there was such a need for a concealer brush that just applied your concealer so perfectly. If you're shopping brushes, you can always get my brushes at a 10% off discount at BK with the code Angie10, so be sure to check that out. One thing I did want to let you guys know about my brush set is that they are finally arriving as singles. It's finally happening, you guys. We're expecting them to be in within the next week or so. So I'm so excited for that launch. We're shooting for April 11th. Not 100% sure if that's going to be the date, but I will also be on Instagram and in other places letting you know when that happens. So watch this space. Another huge winner from the drugstore makeup video was this Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink liquid lipstick. Oh my gosh, you guys, the staying power on this is mad crazy. It is just so long. I put it on at maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, something like that while I was recording the video, then went and had lunch, then went about my day, then had a snack in the afternoon, had a couple of glasses of water, had dinner. This was still on. I couldn't believe it. And the kicker, it was not drying. This is the nude color. I love this one the most. It's called Partner in Crime. A couple of favorite products that were kind of a surprise for me in that video were the winged eyeliner stamp. I wasn't sure how this was gonna go, and I actually did kind of struggle with it in that video. I put on my right one first and it went perfectly, stamp, bam, oh my God, winged eyeliner. The left one, I struggled with. It took me like 5 different tries to get it on in the right place. One of my viewers actually wrote in a comment and said, if you're using the eyeliner stamps, always do your worst eye first, meaning if you're right-handed, do your left eye first, or if you're left-handed, do your right eye first. So that's what I did today, and oh, amazing. It went on perfectly this time. So I didn't take 5 tries, 1 try to get them on. And I just love how these stampers work. It just makes it so easy to get your eyeliner on. Do a little kitty cat flick, a little wing out there. This actually comes in different sizes. I got the, I believe it's a 10mm wing, but there's a smaller one and there are a couple of bigger ones. So depending on what size wing you want. And this stuff, so waterproof, lasted all day, didn't budge, didn't smudge, didn't come off till I took it off. It does have 2 ends. One end is the stamper end and the other end is the eyeliner end. I probably will not continue to use the eyeliner end because the brush on this, just a little bit clunky for me. It's a little bit fat. What I prefer is this liquid liner from Maybelline called Hyper Easy Liquid Liner. Look at the difference in the size of the brush. The Hyper Easy is so much narrower and so much sharper of a point. With this tiny brush, you can just whoop, get your eyeliner on, and it really does an amazing job, so highly recommend that. Then the other stamper that I tried that I was really happy with was this eyebrow stamp kit. So you might notice that my eyebrows are a little bit uneven today. I used 2 different stencils again today. I used a much thicker stencil on this side and I used a thinner stencil on this side. So once again, I'm walking around with 2 different eyebrows on, but it's just because I wanted to try some more of the stencils. So I think the stencil that I like best is this one called Sexy. So this is the stencil that I used on this eyebrow this morning. I really like rub this across a few times, and the more you build it up, the darker it will get. And then when I did this one, I just did like bump, 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 bump. And then it was a much better looking eyebrow that matches my coloring better. I don't want to talk about everything that I love from that video. Would much prefer it if you go over and give it a watch. There were a couple of fails in that video. Probably the biggest fail that was the most disappointing was this Pixie eyeliner. This is called I Define Waterline Waterproof Eyeliner. So it's made to use in your waterline, but it's not waterproof. It doesn't stay in your waterline. It transfers from your upper waterline to your lower waterline. It smudges. It was all over the place. This was such a mess. And I was so disappointed. Like, if you're gonna tell me that this is gonna be waterproof and stay in the waterline, I want it to be waterproof and stay in the waterline. Eyeliner that I love and always recommend instead of this is the Sephora house brand. This is their retractable waterproof eyeliner. And talk about a waterproof eyeliner. This one is waterproof. It doesn't transfer from my upper to my lower waterline. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't dribble, it doesn't do any of the naughty things. This is also in the Sephora sale. As I mentioned before, the house brand, 30% off across the board for all insiders. You can pick those up. They're normally like $10, so 30% off is $7 now for these amazing eyeliners. All right, that's it for the makeup. Let's move on into skincare. As usual, I tried a couple of sunscreens this month. We're getting closer to the big sunscreen video for the year. I saw this one at my Walgreens, so I picked it up, this Aven 50 Plus Solar UV. This is a tinted sunscreen. So I was all set to record using this for the first time, and so I got it out and put it on, and here is what happened. What? A little bit dark for me. The good news is that if you're a person with darker skin than me, you can hardly ever find a sunscreen that isn't going to give you a white cast, especially a mineral one. Hardly any of the mineral sunscreens make a dark enough tint. If you are a darker skin tone and you're looking for a good darker skin tone sunscreen, I would give this one a try. I tried a new nighttime moisturizer from Body Mary. This is their night cream, and I have really been loving this. I know I told you guys about the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Cream last time. That is more of a lightweight gel. I think that one is probably better for people with slightly more oily skin, like combo to oily skin, because it's much lighter weight. But if you have dry skin and you're looking for something that really is going to hold in the moisture all night long, this is really, really good. Now, you guys know that I've been using the Olay Regenerist line for years and years and years as my night cream, and I love that. And the ingredients in that are fairly similar to the ingredients in this. So this also contains niacinamide, it's got a peptide, it's got hyaluronic acid, it's got green tea, and it's got a lot of other oils in there. It's got like shea butter, it's got a seawater complex, it's got algae, it's got a moss complex, it's got jojoba oil. I mean, there's so much packed in this. You guys know how I love a good multitasker, and this is another really good multitasker for a really reasonable price. $16.99 for 3.4 ounces. Really great cream. I've been using this lately and it is so hydrating and feels just so like it's locking all the moisture in my skin and keeping it on all night. I tried a new face self tanner. You guys know that I love my Loving Tan for my body self tanner. So I tried the Loving Tan Deluxe Face Tan. I picked it up in the shade medium. And I gotta say I didn't love this as much as the usual face tanner that I use, which is from Kula. That one's more of like a gradual tan. So you have to apply it, say 2 or 3 nights in a row to get up to, you know, more of a tan. This one, you put it on, you're supposed to leave it on for 2 hours and then you're supposed to wash it off. Like, okay, you're not gonna think of this as a con about it, but for me a con was that it made me too tan too fast and it was uneven. So I don't know if it was that I didn't apply it well, I didn't use a mitt, I don't know what it was, but it was like I was more tan from here up and less from here down. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? So it's less goof proof than something that builds a tan gradually. The other thing that I didn't like about this is the fragrance. This has so much fragrance in it. I really did not like having the smell of this on my face, even for just the 2 hours. So that was kind of a fail for me. I talked about this dry shampoo in last month's Faves and Fails, although I didn't mention it by name. This is one that I had been trying out and testing instead of the Batiste because I didn't like the smell of the Batiste. Batiste does have one with a very minimal scent to it. It's called Bear. So I ordered that one. It's not here yet, but in the meantime, I have been using this Joico dry shampoo and I really, really like this. Like the Batiste, it goes on looking white, and I know a bunch of you guys told me that it also comes in colors. You know, it leaves you that white powder in your hair and the fragrance is just overwhelming. So this one, it doesn't go on white to start at all, and the fragrance of this one is so much better. It's kind of like a powdery floral, so I really prefer the scent of this over the Batiste, and I like how this one works better. All right, that's it for the beauty stuff. Let's move into clothing and other things. So a top that I've been really loving this month is this little guy. Isn't it a cutie? I just love this so much. It's a little peplum top. It's in a very lightweight, almost a cottony feeling kind of fabric, and I love this black and white plaid. It is a faux wrap here, and then it's got a tie accent here on the side. So it's kind of adjustable, because when I first got it in, I was like, oh no, that's not gonna fit. But then you can like adjust the ties to make it fit you, kind of a custom fit. Black and white is a big color trend this spring, so that is hitting all the notes. You know, everything's very girly this spring, a lot of peplums, a lot of ruffles, a lot of big sleeve details continuing. Then wanted to show you this top that I'm wearing today. This is a lightweight spring sweater. I picked it up in the white because it's just such a good spring color. I love the neckline on it. I love the lightweight fabric. It does have a regular cuff at the sleeve and just, you know, not a huge balloon. You can fit this inside of a jacket, which is great. And let me just back up a little bit and show you the length on it. I do have the half tuck going on. It's just got a shirt tail hem, a little notch here, and then it's just a regular kind of boxy cut. So it's just perfect for these days when it's still a little bit chilly. I think the high here is gonna be like 42 degrees today, so kind of chilly. For those of you who've been asking about my spring lookbook, it's coming. I did all the shopping last week. Everything should be arriving here over the next few days, and then I will put the video together and hopefully have it up for you this Friday. So I bought myself a new pair of exercise sneaks this month. I get the same pair every time, just a different color. I basically go for the Asics like gel. I usually get the Nimbus, but I think the Nimbus, they didn't have any colors that I liked. So this one, I think is called the Tokyo. I'm not sure, but I can link the exact sneaker in the information box below. But I got it in this super vibrant orange and white, kind of pinky orange and white color with some black details, and I love these. I usually get them in like a gray, something boring, but I've really been enjoying like having my feet be so bright this spring because bright colors are also going to be on trend for this spring. These are the best workout sneaks. They're just super comfortable and I have loved them for years. All right, so the last thing is just a housewares item that I picked up. It is this white tray. It's got these really pretty gold handles. This is a round one. I got a rectangular one. I think you can see it. It's right back there. Nope, it's right back there. There it is. It's just great for holding, you know, like books or like an orchid or a group of vases. Or whatever, just a catch-all place on your countertop or on your coffee table. So that is the last thing for this video. What does he have? Oh my gosh, he's got a fish. I don't know if it was in last month's Faves and Fails or in the makeup video, but in some video I was recording, what I thought was a hawk flew by. Well, guess what? It wasn't a hawk, it was the osprey, because there are osprey nests back there. And he or she just flew by carrying a fish. So I just love it. Let me see if I can grab some video of him like landing on the nest or something and show you what it looks like out there. Yee.